men who have sex with men but are not gay. About 10% of the population fall into this category.
Gay men subsume an identity. It's more about the culture and who they identify with than just about the sex that they have. When we're looking at men who have sex with men, we're talking specifically about a behavior.
But they are understood to be a vulnerable group with a higher risk of mental illness.
We see a high burden of mental health illnesses and diagnoses in men who have sex with men. A guy who is having MSM sex, who lives in a stigmatizing environment, may eventually start to take on board the message that the people that they're attracted to are wrong, and that they are sort of evil or damaged in some way. And that we call internalized homoprejudice. And it leads to stress, to anxiety, to an inability perhaps to find comfort in the behaviors that you're engaging into. And that kind of chronic stress and almost trauma leads to low self-esteem and to this higher burden that we see of depression, anxiety. There's a very, very increased risk of teen suicide if those teens are MSM or gay.
As a teenager, Tando was depressed for 3 years as he struggled to understand his sexual orientation. He contemplated suicide more than once.
I would go to as far as, sort of looking for ways that I think wouldn't be very painful, but rather straightforward and to the point. There were times that I would feel like I need to jump out of the house and just walk and walk and walk and just never come back.
Even the public healthcare system lacks trained staff to deal with such issues.
In terms of referral to psychiatry, I think things are improving. Many more of the community-based or community-level hospitals have psychiatric nurses in place now. But I would then question whether those psychiatric nurses have been trained to deal with the specific mental health needs of men who have sex with men. I don't think that's in place.
Although places like the Ivan Tom Centre offer counselling and support for MSM, accessing these services can be difficult.
There were other aspects of it, like financially, that I couldn't be able to take a taxi from Gugulethu and go to Woodstock or go to wherever that I needed to find help from. For us, blacks or guys from the township, it's not always the case that we refer to professional help.
The centre has introduced outreach workshops in areas like Khayelitsha. A gay-friendly shebeen is such a venue where men gather to talk openly about 50 shades of sex. It's a safe environment where they speak their mind.
Men having sex with the other men, I see it as in being gay, you see? So I'm still getting in grips with that and trying to understand it, what it means. We drink with them, you see? And we see the people they go home with. They might act in front of us like me, I'm a straight guy. People should express themselves, they would open about it.
I don't think MSM men should be open about it. A lot of threats that gay people, can you imagine gay people that are getting, and then them coming out and saying that they are MSMs, it won't be acceptable.
Many men experiment at the shebeens. Intoxicants allow MSM to act on what they're feeling.
It happens like when people are drunk, because when they are sober, they don't do that, you see. Yeah, I think for me, I wouldn't do it if I was sober. I wouldn't do it unless my mind is unconscious or I'm abnormal. Then maybe I will say, okay, the next day I did a mistake. You see, I hope it doesn't happen, but I wouldn't mind if it happens.
An online survey found 66% of MSM abuse alcohol and drugs.
Because people or these men are feeling very ashamed because of the messages from society, they're often self-medicating just to make themselves feel better.
It's estimated that over 1 million men in South Africa engage in MSM behavior, but they are an invisible, misunderstood community. Experts say internalized stigma, driven by shame and guilt, can contribute to mental illness. Bibi Aisha Vidvala, Cape Town.
News that moves. eNCA.com.